Now, let us talk about species. So, the term species is given by scientist John Ray. Now, what is species? Species is the group of closely related individuals on the basis of their characters. And the characters such as morphological, anatomical, biochemical, and cytological characters. So, term species is given by term given by scientist John Ray. Now, the species is a group of closely related individuals with similar characters such as morphological, anatomical, biochemical, and as well as cytological features. So, the species is a group of closely related individuals with similar morphological, anatomical, biochemical, as well as cytological features. And the term is given by the John Ray. But the most widely acceptable, the features, the species concept is given by the scientist Ernest Mayr. Yes, most widely accepted species concept is given by scientist Ernest Mayr. And what is the most widely accepted species concept? What is it known for? So it is known biological species concept. Yes, it is known as biological species concept. Now, according to the Ernest Mayr, according to most widely accepted species concept, which is biological species concept, the individuals of two different species cannot interbreed among themselves. Yes, individuals of two different species cannot interbreed, cannot exchange their genes. Yes. So what does it mean? They can freely interbreed among themselves with their own species. Yes. If I cite here one example to clear it, now let's say there is a population A, population of species. Let's say there is a population of species A, so they can freely interbreed among themselves. Yes, they can interbreed among themselves and say this is population of another species B. Yeah, this is the population of species B, and they also can interbreed among themselves. Yes, they can interbreed among themselves with their own species individuals. This is population of another species B. Now, according to most widely accepted species concept, which is biological species concept, they can, if the individual of population of the species A and population of species B can interbreed. So the answer is no. The interbreeding among themselves is absent. Yes. So interbreeding interbreeding between two other species cannot interbreed. They cannot exchange their genes to produce fertile progeny. Yes. So some of the features, they can freely interbreed, or can say they can exchange their genes among themselves. Other feature is they produce fertile progeny. And the last one is they can they have capacity they have capacity to exchange their genes. Their capacity to exchange their genes. Now I have told you here individuals of two different species cannot interbreed, they cannot exchange their genes, so they cannot produce their fertile progeny. So we can say here these are reproductive isolated organisms. Yes, if they cannot interbreed between two different species, we can say they are reproductively isolated. So, two different species cannot interbreed, so they are reproductively isolated. Now, this is all about the concept of a species, which is given by Mayer. Now, there are several drawbacks, certain drawbacks which are associated with it. So, I am citing some of them. Yes, drawbacks which are associated with the biological species concept. Now, what can we say about the species which cannot interbreed among two different populations? They are closely related interbreed or they are openly interbreed. Yes, they are the part of closed system or an open system. So, simply as we can see here, they are reproductively isolated. So, they are they are a part of closed system. Yes, a species open system or closed system. So they are part of closed system. Now the drawbacks. So a good majority of plants, a good majority of plants, they are reproductively a good majority of plants they reproduce sexually, they are sexually reproductive. So a good majority of plants in which sexual reproduction is absent. Yes, there is a good majority of plants in which sexual reproduction is absent. There is the only mode of a sexual reproduction. So, in the case of bacteria also, the sexual reproduction is totally absent. Yes, we can write here in bacteria, sexual reproduction is also absent. So, it is said to be a non-biological species. Yes, it is a non-biological species. Now, in some cases, there are certain cases in which the interbreeding among two different species is present. Yes, there are certain cases, certain plants or certain individuals which can interbreed among two different species. Yes, there is an drawback. Interbreeding between closely related species can be present. Now, I am citing one example related to this. How can how it can be possible? How it can be? possible that the interbreeding between two different species is present. Now, say this is an individual of species A and this is the individual of species B. Now, they fertilize and produce an offspring. Yes, they produce an offspring which is hybrid. Yes, two different individuals or different species, respectively, they fertilize and produces its offspring, and which is hybrid. Now, if I take as some examples, yes, some examples. One of the example is Hini. Yes, Hini. It is the offspring of interbreeding of male horse and female donkey. Yes, female donkey, male horse and female. So, male horse and female donkeys are the individuals of two different species. They interbreed and they produce mini. Another example, now the case is reversed. In this case, the male donkey and female horse interbreed and the mule is present, mule. Here, male donkey and female horse. Now, one more example is liger. Yes, it is the product of male lion and female tiger.